All right, welcome. As we have our crew setting sail across the seas once more of Exandria. They have left the amazing port city of Ortonvelek and now seek to get across, hoping beyond hope that they will find a place to restock. I believe they are currently have aimed themselves to travel up the Blade Shimmer coast in order to see if they can find somewhere to resupply, and then hopefully make their way to Shamal or around Glint Shore within the Hespit archipelago. So, is with all of that we start today. Now, let's see here. Anything before we start navigating our way through?
I got nothing. Not off the top of my head, anyways.
Nothing.
Same here.
Nope.
All right. The navigator, give me that navigation check.
Come on, new die.
Yeah, Bruce is still under your tutelage.
That's going to be 18.
18. Okay, that does pretty well. So first week or so is fairly smooth. You push out from Ortonvelek and grab the trade route that takes you south as you see the essentially the all the southern mountains from the Bainsfall plateau, and you can and you're able to just spot smoke and signs of civilization from within rocky underground areas like Rabed Cord and the seat of the Iron Authority itself. So, before, and you see along the coastline as well. You keep a good distance, and they don't seem to come out to bother you. But you can see a few more of these large dark iron ships that seem to either are being made or are traversing, supposedly protecting the authorities' interests. Give me another check here.
There's going to be a 25.
Very nice. With that, again, fairly smooth. Give me one more.
18.
18. All right. So, At this point, you've come off of where you no longer are seeing the mountains of the Bainesfall Plateau, and instead are deep. You can look out and see pure jungle upon the coast. Thick rivers running in from what you can see and through the looking glass tells you. And let's see here. That is officially 2 of your legs. And here amongst, as you begin traversing this next bit here, or actually, let's see here. We'll do another. Oh, was the third? Yeah, this is the third one. You can see what seems to be a floating pile of ships. About most seems like are strung together, and there's docks between many. As you approach, however, you can hear bells ringing as planks and different things are being torn apart, put out, and the whole thing is being ready. The ships are being ready to do something. What it seems to be about 20 ships that had planks between them, and people were running and scattering in order to arm themselves, get moving, and put up flags to communicate to you to essentially be prepared to be boarded in peace.
Are they flying anything that we recognize other than just giving the signal that they're boarding in peace?
Nothing that you recognize, though you do see there is a essentially what looks like a worm that is in a circle, almost like it's devouring itself from its tail, with a black diamond in the center upon a white flag.
Yeah, bro, I trust everybody with the Ouroboros. Let's go.
So yeah, we're pretty familiar that would be like an Ukatoa-esque symbol.
It's not really Okatoa. You can be religion check.
Yeah.
Could I hop on that as well?
Sure.
And from Hunter's Bane, would I have anything for this? Like for the religion check? I think it's... Where is that? Oh no, it's probably not any shaping or events. But no, never mind. So, just straight roll.
Sorry, I had to make sure I was on the right dice.
Religion is going to be a 9.
And for me, it is 16.
16. Very good. I would say with the 16, looking at this, you're able to recognize this upon closer looking. What you thought were scales of the snake actually seems to be that of teeth, as though it's actually making a mouth. And that would be of the being known as Kwajath. Which is, could say, of nature and a war, known as the Undermaw. Known as either a creation or progeny of the betrayer god Torog.
We're making friends with all the questionable people. We might as well make more questionable friends, right?
You say friends. I'm not convinced these will be friends. There are a lot of them and very few of us.
Well,
They're signaling
Yes.
to Board and Peace.
I guess you're right, but I think they wouldn't want to make enemies of us. So maybe acquaintances.
Can you think of a better way to approach a ship than under a banner of peace?
I mean, I don't think 20 ships really need to approach under a banner of peace. If they wanted to destroy us, I think they would. I mean, I do
That's
trust
fair.
in our cannons and our gunmaster, but they would just totally overwhelm us.
They would.
So I don't know. Just my first main instincts. While I would be skeptical of them, and maybe I could peer into their minds and see what they're really thinking. But yeah, if they wanted to fight, they would come with a fight.
I feel like they'd shoot first.
I agree with that. I would shoot first.
I would too.
And your logic is inescapable. I stand corrected.
Look,
there's a little
Araster,
twinkle in my eye.
I get your qualm with stopping, but with Vic being under the weather, I don't see me being able to pilot us away from 20 while keeping you all alive.
Mm.
So, we don't have any hide your new shit, and besides that, we don't have anything that we shouldn't.
Agreed. Well, I'll let you guys do talking, and I'll do the prying.
So I will have whatever flag is like agreeing, like fine. Like we're not going to try to outrun you because we turn on a dime, but I don't think we actually outrun 20 ships.
No, I mean we're probably fast. If they have a lot of small ships, we might be faster. But yes, we definitely probably more maneuverable.
Yeah, maneuverable I'm not worried about, but if we have to try and dodge 20 ships firing cannons,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be.
I'm not overly confident in that aspect of it.
Trust me, I hated going 3-on-1 in the old game I played in. So 20-1 is not.
It worked out fine. Oh, speaking of which, let me go hide some of my travel kit in my medicine cabinet real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Shin's actually like whistling on board, like he's not trying to be suspicious. But then he's like, "Oh, a lot of people whistle on ships, so it's not weird."
Very good. You approach, you see all these ships move to create and surround you. Very slowly, making a circle, much like what is bared on their flags. Looking at all of them, they seem to be of somewhat haphazard architecture, each one not really matching the other, given a little bit kind of interfering with what might have been their usual ferocity. But even though they bear different color, design, even ways of moving, clearly some outfitted with cannon ports, some with ballista, others look like they have almost catapult-like weaponry upon their bows of different ages and captured. You definitely see what look like Concord ships, what you've recognized as Teodore, big Mod Podge, all bear what look to be teeth of various creatures that have been attached to the hulls of the ship, lining all of them. One comes forward. It sails a bright red. Has they come and put out and make plans to come across the seas to your ship. You see, crossing on is a large elven man with a bit of a pot belly. Flanked by his side are wearing like what is clearly long hair wigs, a man and a woman. One bearing many knives, the other a simple rapier. The large elven man smiles as he comes aboard, and you can see upon the dock, not the dock, I'm sorry, the ship that coming from, that is clearly on the side. You get it to be the it's named the Approaching Maw. But on the deck seem to be several crewmates who look fairly primed for battle, with weapons, crossbows, and the clear signs of some channeling magic between their fingers as they watch these three emissaries board your ship. One speaks up. Well, it is good to be on and see a ship after so long. I would like to speak to your captain, please.
And I come down from the helm. And who do I have the honor of greeting on my ship? The Twilight Devil.
The Twilight Devil. Do like these names. Creative. Well, I am known as the Singer.
Is this the elven man speaking?
Mm-hmm.
That's not pretentious at all.
Glenn Lethbury.
I am Commodore of the fleet of ships known as the Silver Serenade. Captain Lifeberry. Well, I'm so glad you came upon us. In these troubled times, we keep this crossing of wind secured and welcoming as trade begins anew.
And I look around to the no land masses, the lack of any. Looks like you keep keeping company in a lack of a crossing. This looks like the open sea to me.
But it is where the winds cross, you see. It is where, of course, where there would be many. Where you must come unless you wish to chart new territory. Cross seas that have been made safe. Now tell me, where is it you hope to go?
Damn, I'm genuinely unsure how to answer this. Because
I mean,
there's
the answer could depend on provisions, right? So realistically speaking, if the winds are with us, we could go further, and if not, we could go shorter. So you could just kind of say like vaguely in that direction.
We're heading west, potentially making a stop in Marquette if necessary, depending on how the winds treat us.
It's a small ship indeed to make such a long journey. How interesting.
I look past his shoulder, looking at like the fleet of ships. Like, what are they rocking comparably? Because it was my understanding that a frigate's like on the bigger end, just not like it's like the tier right below the biggest tier.
Correct. They do. It does look like there is a man of war here, as well as a galleon or two, and the rest kind of are more in the medium to small
Okay.
ships. But it is. It's not so much rocking. It's just sort of making the journey. As you know, it is hard and goes with all
Yeah.
the ports down. How do you plan on making such a thing?
Not to, with no disrespect to you or yours, but we're quite seasoned sailors. We manage with skill and grit.
Skill and grit. Very good. Well, can't fault for that for no means. Of course I can't. However, you see, as we've been keeping things secure, helping out places far north like Amman, and we so say protect from scallywags and like to take advantage of these troubled times, I must insist upon a fee in order for us to continue to do our good work so that you can use these well-known and protected pathways.
Can I do a thing? Using sorcery points, all psionic spells, if I use it to cast a spell, is basically like a silent, and like I don't need components basically, and it can do it completely silent. So I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts on this guy, but I'm not going to do a deep dive right now. I kind of just want his surface thoughts while he's trying to, tell us that he is doing this for the good of the North and all this. And, obviously I think it's a shakedown. I don't think we all are, but I'm trying to think what he really is getting out of this, I guess.
Yeah. So surface with him, he's not thinking about himself too much.
Mhm.
He is evaluating all of you. He is, as all you've already sort of begun to do, he is evaluating capabilities, any special skills you might have, the types of weapons you might carry. He's already figured out you're from Darktoe based upon your weaponry, specifically the vicious swords and blades that much of you carry. He seems to recognize that. The fact there's so many that are clearly bear magic, and he is like, and I would say a little of intention. You think it might be a thing of personal pride, the more he can get from a Darktoe ship. Because you kind of get like this is sort of like almost like a new Darktoe Rising,
Right.
Yeah.
a little bit, and he's sort of like, and that this means a little bit,
Right.
if he can make this good.
And then all of a sudden, Glenn will hear in his mind, he would love to shake us down for as much as he's worth, but I don't know if he wants to get in the fight. I would say to use our advantage of what we have in our disposal in the East, the way that we are also a destination of crossing, per se. If they'd ever decide to find land and go east, should they expect the same treatment from us? I don't know. Maybe we can use it in our favor. But I think intimidating them might go a little bit in our favor, maybe, but he would love to shake us down as much as he can.
Commodore Singer, I find it odd that with everything that's been going on in the past year and the treaties that Darktoe has been making with Marquette and the Concord and the like, and the most recent expansion of friendship with Ortem Velak, that Iman has been so, what's the phrase, lacking in trying to reach out to the most powerful navy on Exandria at the moment. And I don't know that they would take kindly to having any ships of theirs stopped unceremoniously when trying to make a similar trek. I'd hate to have to inform Darktoe that this is the route in which they'd be taking for future endeavors.
Well. Doctor doesn't have the teeth it once had.
And I'll just like swing my thumb across the Darktoe vicious mace. You'll find our teeth are plenty sharp.
Intimidation check.
While he's doing that, could I just give a quick sniff of like just these three on the here on the deck who came over to see if I pick up any like Fey, Fiend, Undead, or like any sort of anything?
I keep
Anything
forgetting you're a blood hunter and you said stiff. I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get a whiff, see if I pick up any like Fey, Fiend, Undead, or anything out of the ordinary off of them.
Okay, sure.
It's gonna be a 23.
Is it the two that came? Let's say. Yeah, with your instincts, they're not quite humanoid. You would peg it as the smell of things that have been arcanely enhanced to the point of monstrosity.
Like a lot of their people.
The two that he's talking to.
Yeah, the three that he's
Not talking to,
about.
but there's the third, the one that's talking,
this-
but the two behind him.
Yeah, there's
the
Commodore
wigs.
Singer and then the two wig people.
Yeah,
man and
he's
woman.
evaluating those two wigs that they are likely by magic have gone beyond humanoid.
Fun.
I sadly only got an 11 because my charisma's a 10 total score.
I can't help by flashing blades, can I? That intimidates already rolled.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so. So. And takes it. I don't speak of you individually, of course, dear Captain. But you must understand. Of course, we don't represent Amman. We are simply here as independent soldiers, naval officers, keeping things well. Of course, should you wish to leave Darktoe and join us, that would be wonderful. If not, and you wish to pursue your route west, then we would be ever so glad to take a portion of what you carry here. This being our first offer, we will gladly stop at, so we say, 10% of your ship.
It's like a little less than $300 right now. Or 300 gold.
Yeah.
So the language of your ship, you would know this. Generally means crew, what you carry, supplies, including your money, and like cannonballs and even cannons or weapons, or it's 10% of your ship that they will go, that they were basically saying they want to go through and have for themselves.
Commodore Singer, I am hurt that you would make such a suggestion after what I've just explained we are attempting to do. So here's what I'll do for you. I'll give you 15% of our gold that we set out from Dark Toe with. And I'll forget to let Dark Toe of this little escapade of yours.
My captain, my captain. I have no fear of Dark Toe. Dark Toe is but an island. No longer has the weight or safe haven it once did. It is not an army. It is certainly not 50 ships. And it is far away. Your gold is of little interest, and so I shall make my second offer, which is 20% of your ship.
Robin's gonna look between Shin, Mirror Store, and Glenn, confused. Just, are we actually gonna take a deal? Take an offer? Not actually say that out loud.
Right. No, I look
Give
at
the
your
look.
face. He would love to take as much as he can. You hear this in your mind. This is almost a sense of pride for him. He's like getting off almost on this. I don't know how far we want to push, but I don't know if he really wants to fight either.
I can respond to this, right?
Yes.
Okay. The other two behind him aren't. They're more monster than people, by the way. I just got on them, and
Yeah. In addition, I would say with the 23, you also get that there are 2 more creatures that you cannot see. But as you are sniffing and taking in, you think potentially within these 2 clear monstrosities, there are 2 ghosts
Oh shit.
or spirits.
there's some other stuff in there too. Fun.
If you tell me that, I let the captain know those monsters that he has behind him are possessed by 2 ghosts. He definitely does not keep friendly company. And the more we argue, I see that he will continue raising his offer unless we end his talking. He would love to get as much as he could from us.
And I can just respond in my head.
Yes.
Crap, what was I going to say?
Yeah, it's literally a bonus action for me to just telepathically talk to whoever.
Yeah. I wouldn't have left the helm untended. I would have just swapped off to one of the other crew.
Right.
Ideally, Vic. I don't have anybody on this one. And Matt, how close are the other ships?
I would say they're all about 1 to 3 squares.
Okay.
Basically tiles of
Yeah,
nautical tiles.
Yeah, I just got to
So
look
we,
at the
so we
defendant.
could push through in theory. If we try
I mean,
to make a break for it.
We could. I mean, we would have to ram into someone,
Right.
on like
Don't we have a ram? I think we have a ram.
we do have a ram that gives others 2 damage and we'll take 1.
Excuse me. I'll just tell Shin, ask Shin to see what the others want to do, just quickly, like fighter pay.
Okay. Are you up for a fight, Robin? Or do you want to pay and maybe revisit these people later?
I mean, I'm always up for a fight, but we got 20 on 1.
I agree. But cannon fire is also not accurate. But some of those weapons are more so. It could be ugly. I switch over to Master's Mind. Do you want to? Are you in for a fight, or do you just want to pay up and revisit these people later?
20% of the ship is quite a lot. Given that they're on our ship, if we could move quickly and get moving, we would have captives.
Okay. Do note that the two behind them are possessed by ghosts.
Not my territory, but I'll take it under advisement.
Okay. And then I go to and then Gunn. Robin, he's always up for a fight, but he can see the odds against us, and he doesn't believe they're favorable. Or Master, he believes that we get going with these on our ship, these individuals on our ship, that maybe we could have hostages. I'm under the impression that even if we do leave with them on the ship, they seem capable enough of quickly getting back on theirs, if possible, while through either magical means or something else. But as much as I do want to fight, and I don't like these people, I also think that there's something to say about leaving ourselves in an advantageous position, which we're not currently. If I gave up 20% of my ship, I would surely remember them 20% of my day every day. I'm okay with giving up what we can now to spare maybe lives of our people, but the Silver Serenade will soon rust, and no one will ever hear their song again.
So just for Jonathan, that was a maybe, a yes. We can come back to it.
Robin seemed like he was okay with the fight, but he's leaning more of not fighting now because of our position. I'm also leaning to not fighting now towards our position. Miraster seems more of going into a fight. From what, and you can tell me, gentlemen, if I'm wrong.
Yeah, Maraster's position is let's get tricky and get out of here with them on the boat, maybe have hostages.
Right.
Yeah. Robin's, like I said, always time for a fight. Just because he said it's 20 on 1 doesn't mean he's not up for a fight.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it is ultimately the captain's call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Matt, would you say that because we stopped, they're not, and we were talking that they're not necessarily super on edge, that I would be able to get one action off before they react?
I would say if we're going to move to this point, where timing is going to be important, we may need to do initiative probably.
Enter turn-based mode.
So,
Yeah.
because
So no surprise
my
there.
intent is to signal the helmsman, because our ships can turn so quickly, to just full on turn us that 90 degrees to break from their ship, so that way they don't have an easy way back onto it. And then I was gonna. That was my intent.
Yeah, you can turn. I mean, you can turn quickly, but you still need forward movement to turn.
Okay.
So there's a difference between the ship battle, I would say, because you have to drop stairs. There's things you have to do to go from not moving, which you're not moving,
Okay.
to move again. So it's very obvious, right?
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Unless we use, because we got most of the things on the boat, right? The Hammer of God, I don't remember or
Twilight
not.
Devil.
I think that
Yeah.
like we got like the things like the moats, right?
Oh yeah, no.
Which would
Try
then
to-
provide a gust of wind basically and propel us either way.
I don't know how that
Well,
works.
I believe I said you do not get the moats.
You don't get the moat? Okay. I wasn't sure.
Those aren't part of
Okay.
this particular.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were going that direction with this. I guess at this point I will dive further into his mind, actually. See what this person is more about.
Okay. That's a wisdom save for him.
Yes, 17... 18.
Dive deep into his mind. Is you trying to figure out his true intentions?
Correct.
You're able to get that they seem to be, he himself is doing this, that much of what's gathered does go to these ships, and they seem to take them close to Visa Isle. Where ships with hooded figures come and take much of the supply, specifically that which is good with building. It's usually wood and iron. And then they tend to keep much of the rest.
So it seems like they have a goal, like this is something that it's part of some cycle of whomever they're supplying.
Yeah.
So, okay. In Glenn's mind, he says, I know that after this, they will go to Visa Island. They are supplying some hooded figures up there with supplies, building material, iron and wood. Maybe that is a stop we must take at some point. We can always get what we lost here and more if we end up raiding that island. What's going on?
You see just like a glint in my my old eye as you send me this information, and well, actually, here I need to ask Matt first. How much of this would also be a good question for Brian. How separated are the different ships from each other's? Like, would this crew know about the League of Magic and things that has been happening with them at all?
I think we would be aware generally of the League of Miracles.
That League of Miracles.
I'm like, who the fuck is the Legion?
I mean, I'm assuming that generally speaking, enough information is being passed among these various crews, so they're aware of sort of some of the current happenings. Even though a lot of this is happening at the same, I'm like okay with, mostly because it get too complicated otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's good just to kind of have you guys know what the other person knows.
Yeah, I feel like everyone gets like a morning or weekly debriefing of what's going on.
Yeah.
A weekly sending,
Yeah.
at the very least.
Here's Zola with the weekly breaking news.
Oh God, that'd be so funny. So I will kind of just step a little bit closer and trying to keep, like, not aggressively, but just trying to keep my voice low enough for Commodore Singer. Commodore, I'd hate to have to inform our friends at the League, your hooded fellows over in Visa Isle, that we were stopped in the midst of our journey.
Ooh.
Interesting. So you're trying to
Leverage what we know.
tell
Yeah.
that you would know he's supplying the league, and you're trying to say you're in league with them.
Yeah. Like that we're on a mission specifically for them and he's interrupting.
Interesting. Yeah, give me some
Failed
additional
threat.
What'd you say, Will?
Nice
You gave
failed
him-
threat. I like that one.
Would you say that more intimate knowledge of Visa Isle would grant me advantage?
I would not.
My eyes go black. No, I'm just kidding.
Could I help by just like running just my thumb along like the blade of my great axe?
I got a 15. That's
Hey,
that-
that's good shit. There.
For you, that's much.
that's great for me.
Interesting. Okay.
You know your grandfather's really mad at you. You're like, yeah, I can see why he's a vet. I get it now.
It's a 15 there. He stares at you for a little bit. Well, interesting. You've been poking about, so. Very well. Let us. I will give you one last chance at my original offer of 10%.
And I'd step back so all of you all would hear this.
What you just said?
What he said back to me after I stepped back after giving him my little whispered message.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, you were trying to play that discreet. Okay. I see. Shin, you'll hear it in your mind, Glenn, that I think we take it and we follow up with our friends here. I think we gained a lot more than we knew before, and that could be used more than 10%. That's more valuable than 10% of this ship currently.
Very well, Commodore. But you'll just be walking with your fellows alongside me as me and mine unload, just to ensure there's no quick fingers.
We will simply inspect to make sure that it is correct. So the big thing here is to appease them. You're gonna mark off 10% of your grub and supplies.
Mm-hmm.
The gold you have, and then depending on what you would store in your hold. If you had any of the vials or such things that you took.
I think I kept everything on myself, so I don't like the astral shard and my potions. Then again, I don't carry much because I'm a sorcerer and I don't even have any armor on. So,
well, have you been keeping track of that stuff or no?
Yeah, but in sloppy way. Not excellent.
Okay.
we can go off the base of what our ship would have at max.
Yeah.
It says 25 or 23 grub, 10 grog, 12 gear. Is what it would have.
Oh, that says our prize. I think frigates have 25.
Oh yeah, you're right. 25 grub.
Yeah. So for frigates, like base, like I guess on the thing is 25 grub,
12 grog.
12 grog, and 16
16,
gear.
yeah.
And I'm guessing with the 2 legs, we used it twice. So I'm guessing we didn't do our ranks first. We did the grub first. So then we would have 12 less grub and 2 less grog.
Because it's your speed, right?
Yes. And our base speed 6.
Yeah. So we'd have 12. So my guess is they're probably going to try and take at least 2. Yo, freaking moving a ship is fucking expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
This is why.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 10% of 12 or 13 would be 1.3. I don't know if they're taking
Yeah,
one in.
I don't-
One or
I don't
two.
think they're going to take
Third.
percentages. And then it's I don't remember the exact how the grog usage worked.
Grog was one every.
1 per leg.
Yeah.
Right. So 12 down to 2. So there's 10. They'll take 1.
Okay.
So 2 grub, 1 grog. Gear we would still have max because we haven't had to
Right.
fix anything. So 2 gear. So that would put us to 11 grub, 9 grog, and 14 gear left.
Correct.
And were they taking 10% of our crew?
Crew and
Yeah.
cash.
So that would be 5.5 people.
Yeah, they chop one in half. No, they take 5.
No.
They take 5. We'll give them the laziest son of a bitch. Well, I will actually,
Who makes that decision?
I actually get my group of people together that I got, the storytellers, and I'm like, I'm going to have to choose 5 of you to continue your story with someone else, and I'm hoping that I can hear a lot about it. Don't forget me. But I hope you have more fun and more stories to tell.
Oh, so it wasn't just like goods and stuff. They were trying to take people as well.
Yes.
Everything, 10% of everything, except I guess our planks that are currently fitted to our ship.
Right.
Yeah, 10% of gold, 10% of the supplies, and 10% of the crew.
Yeah.
And
Which
so
grabbing people and having them work on another ship isn't entirely like
It's
not-
conscription.
yeah, it's not that crazy. It's fairly common.
I'm going to escort one of them, who I've named Brian. His name is not Brian; it's Bran, but I like calling him Brian. And, I'm going to keep my life updates with Brian, just so that we know. If I'm like, hey, I cast a message to sending to Brian or something, that's
Okay. Sounds good.
sending to Brian. And then we had 3,000 starting ship gold, which we had to. I forget how much we had to use from Dark Toe to. I think we only had to spend 1 leg's worth because we
Which was
had
like-
the.
Yeah, it
2,
wasn't
so
much.
It was like
30
50.
gold.
So like 10. Yeah.
You
30 gold
used
leg.
your gold and not for like the rock and stuff and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's like 290 they have.
yeah, like 297 or something like that of our gold. We weren't selling anything, so we don't have anything in the hold.
No, we
Didn't
don't.
have any money to buy anything. I could have moved a lot of poison if we had money. A lot of poison. All right, so 297 off of 3K is 27 to 3, so not much to go on other than resupply.
Wait, what?
You said we start with 3K cash.
Yeah, and we were giving them 270.
There we go.
Or,
Yeah, we spent a little bit of
because we spent like 30 gold and having to resupply.
Yeah.
So it was
Right.
297 gold. We're not giving them 2,700 gold.
Same page.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, we only have like enough to resupply now." I was like, "Wait, what happened to the rest?"
I'm saying 2,500 is a good resupply run, but like not forever.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you pay it over. They take that number crew. They smile. Now, key here. So you've done your 3 legs so far, and they're going to essentially, since you told them you're going west, they leave that pathway open.
They are sticklers.
I mean, that is where we want to go, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but they're
Oh
like,
yeah. I mean, according to what you were telling me, you were heading north.
are we heading north from this point?
I thought we were just heading straight
No, we
for.
were trying to head to Glintshore at this
yeah.
point. People said, "Oh, it wasn't worth it to try to go to Visa."
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to find a place along the thing. Okay, so we're a little
Well,
bit confused.
initially, yeah, but then we were like, "Oh, let's try and just push it because it's like,
Yeah,
We're gonna go that way
it's
anyway.
all good. Either way, you would have had to come
Yeah.
here, so we're good.
So the last thing before he departs and I see his face, I make a connection with him, and when we leave, I tell him I hope he sleeps well tonight in his mind.
Okay. Very good. You see, they are taking a few guards around your people as you begin to set sail. Let me double check what they were on. So yeah, we're on 1, 2. Yeah, this was 3. And so now we're looking for a 4th navigation check.
Yay. Let's use this die. Wow, really good. What does it mean? That's going to be a 26.
26. Okay, good. Make sure we're marking off our supplies. Then give me another.
That's going to be a 15.
15. Okay, so that is going to be a failure.
Remember, you can always choose to succeed.
Yeah, I'll use my rank to succeed.
It's like, I'm not trying to waste any more supplies. Shit.
Oh.
All right.
I've never gotten my. It's been a while since someone stole my lunch money.
Then one more for Glintshore.
Different die this time. $24.
Very nice.
So this one, I believe, Will, you'll have to use your rank of quartermaster to like
Yep.
negate it.
Yep.
Got it.
Oops. Jeez. Sorry, my notes have been. Okay. So. In that case. Eventually, you see the the signs of many, many islands. The large things of the Hespit archipelago as you now come into the Osmit Sea. The one that you've been aiming towards, the one that is marked as Glintshore, shines in the sunlight. As you look upon it, you see that the southern part here, this island in general, has no vegetation. And it is entirely of glass.
I guess that there speaks for the Glintshore name.
Eloquent, no?
It's really pretty.
Bit
It's
on the
really-
nose for my taste, but I suppose to each their own.
Is that why they call you Lifeberry? Because it wasn't too on the nose?
Kind of speaks to your whole skill set there.
One doesn't choose their family name there, Shin.
Oh, I did.
Well, different cultures and all that.
Fair enough. Just like, this kid keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
So do you suppose there's anything to eat or anything habitable on a glass-covered island?
I think it might just be the shore, but here's hoping because we're damn near out of food.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm getting is just salt and fish. For right now, I mean, we're still like on the water, but you know.
Hypothetically, can you detect where the fish are?
They're in the water.
I was trying to be more specific than that, but I'm very intrigued.
Oh, below the water.
Just as helpful, thank you.
I would have sent because we had a couple legs. I would have sent a couple sendings back to whoever our direct report is. I don't know at this point. Letting them know of this flotilla of ships and like what they're on about.
Oh, love me some flotilla.
Pretty sure we said it was Jajal.
Jajal. So
Yeah.
that way the island has knowledge of them and potentially who of the Visa Isle stuff, whoever those hooded figures are wanting metal and wood to build.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You send that out. You see around this island, there does seem to be a port. One of it's there is essentially what you see about 2 ships that are currently being built at this large city upon the Glen Shore.
Large city meaning tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands? What's our guess?
Bigger than the Iron
I would
Authority?
say city, more of a port. It's just a port
Okay.
city.
Okay. But it's got 2 ships being built currently, dry dock.
Yeah, too short stocked, dry docked, and then currently there are 3 what are very clearly all 3 bear our skull and bones pirate flag that are currently regularly docked within. Their own variations, being one of a fang and thorn, an eye, and a sword, and what looks like a rifle and a canary.
Are any of them ships that look like they might have previously been Dark Toe people that decided to not come back?
You don't recognize any of the ships.
Okay. And none that are infamous enough that we might have heard of them?
Make a history check.
$13.
So 13. The one you're aware is known as, this is of the with the fang and thorns, as the Tempest Fang. And you would know them in particular to be known for lying in wait along various shorelines and coming in hidden for quick attacks. Often having more than one ship when they do, like with 3 to 5. And will assail a fleet or a ship a while along its journey until they wear it down. Not one for prolonged battles.
You know, the more I'm out in sea and looking at all these other crews, you know, we're kind of a lonely ship crew. Like usually, like people have a few ships coming with them, and I don't know. Maybe we should start doing that or something. Maybe people would be more intimidated. I guess since Darktoe doesn't have its fangs and all anymore.
Well, not yet. Doesn't have them back.
Yeah, back. We'll get them. We just need to rough somebody up, and he does like the little punches his hand and squishes it.
Shin, how many ships do you own?
Well, none.
How many ships do you have access to?
Well, I guess this one.
Okay. How easy would it be to put together a flotilla of, say, 20 ships?
I'm not saying that, but you know, Dark Show could spare a ship or two for us, right? Especially on the long journeys, not the short ones. I'll send you some Fisher prices. It's all good.
I think it's a problem of concentration of mass. If you can bring in multiple ships, you can do cool tactical things. And if you have one ship, you mostly just run.
Fair. I mean, you know, I'm not really naval or nautical savvy, but I guess I just see all the other people with multiple boats, and they're like little flocks and packs.
Agreed. Shin, can you swim?
I can.
Excellent. That'll be helpful later.
Oh, okay.
Shin, it's a matter of price as well. Seeing as this mission we're on isn't actually meant to bring any revenue back to the island. This is more exploratory. They can't just send off multiple ships.
Fair enough. I just, you know, I guess I just was spitballing, and you guys are a fountain of knowledge, and I'm sure glad to learn more. So thanks for I guess humoring me. Glenn, how old are you?
Now, why would that matter?
It doesn't. I'm just curious. You know, different cultures and all.
I've seen 63 winters.
Holy crap. That's awesome.
What time of year is it?
I hope I can see 63 winters. You're very fortunate. You know, I know a lot of people who don't live too long. And you seem like you've had a long and full life.
Yeah, the life berries tend to live fairly long, being able to heal ourselves and all.
Doesn't hurt having life in the name, too.
I suppose it's all relative.
Relative? Well, how old are you, Miraster?
I am quite young for an elf. Actually, I left home probably a little bit too early, if you want to be technical about it. I'm only 125.
Oh, yeah. You're definitely young in the concept of elfdom or whatever. I actually don't know how long people like me live for, but I'm
Wait,
sure.
what do you
that-
mean, people? What are you then, if you're not sure?
Well, I know I'm like a goblinoid, but I'm definitely not like other goblins I've met. So, yeah, that's it's hard to say.
Yeah, you're taller than me. Definitely not goblin.
Yeah, that's the problem. I used to be very
Hobgoblin.
I used to be very small just a few years ago, and it's not like growing like I grew in my normal body. I was about almost 4 feet, and then all of a sudden, I just like had a 3 foot almost growth spurt.
Wait, are you? Did you say 3 foot?
Three
How-
feet
How,
over a month.
how tall is Shin?
Like now he's like 6'2".
Okay, so not 3 feet, because you said you were 4.
I said almost 4. Almost. He's
Oh.
bad at counting. Yeah.
I was like, this motherfucker's like 7 feet tall.
No.
The size
Oh,
of
Christ.
Glenn's mini, yeah.
Oh Christ. Yeah, I don't really know the life of a the lifespan of a goblin. I can't say I've ever seen an elderly goblin myself.
Yeah,
They
technically,
look pretty much the same, just
off
more
the
wrinkly.
table, Verdant don't reach adulthood till like 24. So I'm still like, an old teen.
But you get that growth spurt at level 5, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh Christ.
That's the radiant soul.
Dude, it's so funny.
Oh man. So there's the Tempest Fang, Canary, and what was the last one, Matt?
Rifle and Canary, Eye and Sword, Fang and Thorn.
I'm assuming there's not a ship the way there was back at Orton Velak, like as
An
a
escort.
blocker or escort.
No. No, the port seems fairly open.
Okay, so
And-
if
The pirate ships are in dock, or they're just kind of hanging around.
In dock.
Yeah.
All sails down, right?
Yeah, but everyone seems in. Let's go make some friends. I'm thirsty.
I've been waiting to punch something since the fire giants. Let's go.
did you not get enough with them?
I survived 3 fireballs right on top of me. That was awesome.
Gosh, yeah, that was so impressive. By the way, Robin, I
It
didn't
hurt,
really
but it was
tell
cool.
you, but I like when you go fast.
Me
was-
too.
Quite helpful.
I can't imagine that potion that Shen gave you had anything to do with that, but yeah.
I mean that too, but
I don't think many would have survived that, even with the potion, though. It was quite impressive, Robin.
Thank you. Thank you.
that was good thinking. Aren't you glad I asked? I mean,
Indeed,
I
I
know
am.
Yeah.
I was down some money, but like I said, it's always good to put yourself at an advantageous position. Oh my gosh, calm down.
Is there a dog on the
Right.
boat?
Yeah, I'm at my partner's house and she has a.
I guess if nobody's got any objections, I'm going to pull us in.
You may wish to put up a flag first. It's courtesy.
Okay, Jonathan doesn't know. Do ships normally only raise a flag when there's other ships about, or do they usually just have it going the entire time?
For pirates, at least, it's who do you want to pretend to be? So you could put up a peace flag and sail in like you're trading. You could put up a dark toe flag. Like, there are options.
See, you say that like Dark Toe isn't a peace flag. As of right now, it's a peace flag, isn't it?
I'm
It
down
may
with
not
Dark
be
Toe.
known as such around here. We're sort of in the back country, I suppose. We just
Oh.
talked to a raft of people who didn't respect Dark Toe's sovereignty or flag. So, choices.
Yeah, but they knew that there was a new
Correct.
Dark Toe.
Correct. So you could sail in on Dark Toe's flag and say, hey guys, we're here. or you could just be like, neutral, don't touch me.
What the hell flag would that be?
I mean, you can fly a flag of parlay, right? The classic "Let's go talk" flag. Or if we happen to have them on, or if we happen to have Marquette.
Yeah.
No,
like,
no, I'm not. I'm not trying to.
There's enough of a flag to like come and dock, right? Whether it's
Yeah,
Britain
like I'm not trying to impersonate any other countries. It's like, hey, look, we're just trying to restock. I just want to restock, and let my crew off the ship for a bit. Flag, whatever flag that is. Like I got no problems with it. Nobody. I want no problems with nobody. I'll pay for my goods and leave. That's the flag I want to fly.
Okay.
Well, bringing us in under that flag.
Absolutely.
It's a nice sage green.
All right. So quick enough, I will say it is 20 gold docking fee.
Yep.
For standard time to resupply.
Yeah. So, well, you got that? All right.
20 gold docking fee. Cappy, Captain.
And looking around, it has, I would say, you see a bunch of people who very clearly have had their time at sea. Hands with scars and calluses in the right places. Few fishing. And you see there are many walk around with a piece of parchment in their back left pocket that is rolled up.
Would we know what this is? Is it like if they were to be hired, they're like, oh, this is like my normal terms type thing, or?
I would say you're unfamiliar with this custom. None of you are from this
Okay.
area, and you're not. This is new to you.
Okay.
Seeing I've learned something about customs and cultures on the way here, I rolled up a sheet of paper and put it in my back pocket.
Seeing Shin do this, Shin, you may want to hold off on that, seeing as you don't know what that entails. You may just get yourself assigned to a crew without you knowing, for all we know.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll put it here just in case, and I put it in my inner cloak.
Yeah.
But we finished the journey, right? So that means I can promote, or I can give somebody
Yes.
a rank. Maybe just 1 second. Where the heck? What page is it? I think it's further. Damn it.
Right, and they take the name of your ship, and you are offered as part of like kind of the procedures. If they find, as you mentioned, you might be new here. Little dock person goes, right. Would you like a guide for the first bit? We do have a few of a few driftwoods we lend out. 1 gold a day.
Is this like the kid again that like shows you around? Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah, so you're talking about, you think these are kids who they might let you show you around.
Yeah, sure. We'll take one for the day.
Yeah, I'll cover that one. I'll toss the gold.
A 9-year-old girl, blonde hair human, approaches. You see around her neck is what really appears to be, we think, a rather uncomfortable length of rope tied around a piece of wood, rounded out by the sea itself. She goes, "Hi. I am Seaweed. I'm really pleased to be Your driftwood for the day. How can I help you? Be happy to show you around.
Good to meet you, Seaweed. Call me Captain Glenn.
Glenn.
What's the most how do I phrase it? What's the most hospitable to newcomers inn you've got around here?
Well, that is a bit relative. There's a lot of fighting mostly around here with the various pirate crews. But I would say currently there's no one at the Lonely Barrel.
My hopes for grog there aren't high, but if they've got space, I suppose that'll do.
No, it's mostly awful, but sometimes I was told you were new, so it's best to avoid the Hespit pirates for now. It's usually the best recommendation I can make. Then she kind of points at the two ships. Well, three ships, I'm sorry.
Yeah. We've got no qualm with them.
Right, they just get a little, shore leave and everything.
They'll find a
Boisterous,
qualm with
that's-
us, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I've seen just 2 days ago a ship tried to resupply, and they looked at one of the whistling long shots a bit off. And well, I do believe now some of the heads of the crew are in the captain's quarters of that boat. I saw him carrying 2 on. I assume that's where he went with them.
My dear, what would you consider the customs of this particular port? There seem to be slight differences every place you might go.
Right. Well, I don't know. Do you know much of the archipelago?
Not a ton, just a wee bit having come in.
Archipelago is ruled by the 18 pirate gangs.
Whoa.
Today, we have the Thornfangs, the Whistling Longshots, and the Gazeblade Corsairs. The custom is keep out of each other's way or find yourself hung from the crow's nest.
Seems more than reasonable. The little pieces of paper in the pockets, what is that about?
Oh, that's where you keep your wanted poster.
Ah.
If you have a wanted poster, you just keep it in your pocket? That's so
Yes.
cool.
Keep that there, and if someone is willing to have you on the crew, they will pay what is asked for your bounty.
Oh,
You are
so,
worth that as a crew member.
so the bigger the bounty, the better your pay, correct?
Yes.
I wish that was a thing where we're from.
It used to be.
It. I joined at the wrong time.
I've heard of this before. I hear a lot of famous officers that want to show their stuff. They get recruited like this.
Because we have many of those ones who either were part of gangs, their ships were destroyed, but they have too much respect to be taken. And then you have the natives like me, or who you could call a native. We, all of us known as the Driftwoods, we are found either at sea, washed up on the different islands, or rescued at sea. And if kind of the custom is, if you're under 18, they don't kill you or ransom you, but you're given a life here, usually on Glint Shore.
Now, Seaweed, can you tell me anything of Hespit?
I mean, the archipelago itself, like I said, each island is ruled over by one of the pirate gangs. It's sad. We have a lot. The waters themselves, not good fishing unless you go outside and around the main area of the archipelago, as the water itself can boil.
So, like, go out of the archipelago or farther in?
Out of it.
Out.
Between the islands, the water itself sometimes can go from quite cold and refreshing. I've swam in it to enough to cook your food.
And I'll pull out the map that I have. And which island is Hespit?
This is the Hespit archipelago. There's no island Hespit.
Yeah, it's just the name of the
And
cluster.
this is Glint Shore.
Yes. Other islands aren't really named.
Is this the primary trading capital, or at least open port?
This is where many crews, if the gangs wish to talk or resupply,
Ah,
this is where they wish to do it. It is
So-
considered
neutral.
neutral, but not safe.
Ah, perfect. And then, again, out of curiosity, there must be supplies coming in from some place nearby, some port with more to offer than these little islands. Who resupplies this port?
The islands themselves, and of course, what is taken. After some incidences, 15 years ago, it is said that it's what made this island. There's a curse on this particular island that was lifted. Some say the great Vox Machina took a blade from here that had cursed the island. And since then, we were able to inhabit it and build this place.
Okay, I think I know where I got lost. Because Thornak had told me of a floating city atop the water, and the name of the city then was Hespit, but now it's known as
The Hespit
the
Archipelago.
Hespit Archipelago.
Right. So what you're able to glean from that is the city itself
was
Was
the
these
entirety of
islands.
these. Holy shit.
it is now split into all these
Okay. So the other part was, I think he had said something about. Oh yeah. So seaweed is there any talk? Holy crap! I can't speak about ghostly figures moving about on one of the islands in particular.
See. Thinks for a moment. It is said the island the Ghost Winds occupy. That's actually why they named their crew that. Though they really don't occupy it. They built a little thing offshore, but they don't like a lot of people knowing that. It's hidden.
Oh,
They don't really set foot on the island.
Good to know.
That is good to know. Thank you, Seaweed. And I'll hand her a silver piece for that secret that she just told me.
Ooh, she's real excited. Thank you.
Pointing back at the map that Glenn has, like Seaweed, can you point out like which one the Ghost Winds are at in the archipelago?
Absolutely. I will mark it on your map.
Nice.
Captain, I think that, I mean, I know that we don't need it, but we did just have 5 people resign from the crew. And I think it would be a good time to maybe have an addition. Obviously, they couldn't have a huge bounty, but maybe I can convince them to take less and that it would be worth coming on our ship. And then maybe they could, free up one of our secondary positions. Like maybe I could pay attention more to be a better first mate for you. And and Robin can pay attention to being the greatest carpenter on the sea, so that
You know-
Bruce can do a job or whatever.
You know, Shin, I know you actually read my mind sometimes, but I was actually going to suggest that.
You
Well,
want more mouths to feed?
well, we got 5 less, so maybe a few more wouldn't hurt. I could get maybe an up and coming, maybe not a huge
So
posted guy, and then
At an average of 30 gold per leg. And we are entirely tapped out of some things at this point.
Wait, where did you get 30 gold per leg? Because I thought
Oh,
I thought it
This was
said,
last time. I mean, it's going to vary from port to port, but the last time we resupplied it was 30 gold per leg.
Because it was I keep messing it up because it's 5 per, but you don't want to
Right.
use 1 grub per leg.
right.
So we're going to owe a bit to just resupply and get out of this place, assuming we want to eventually leave this archipelago. I'm just saying, you don't have a lot of money and bounties to pay.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
I know. I would be smart about it, and obviously, I would try to get the best price. But I
Right,
think
right.
maybe a really good officer could definitely bring a lot to the table, especially if they learn some trade secrets.
Jalen, actual player question: Is
Yeah.
it better to have like multiple smaller officers, like how we made Bruce like a secondary
Technically,
navigator?
yes, because we can only if we're actually in a fight, or we're actually we can only do one station at a time.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking of promoting a secondary quartermaster then, just because
Right.
if we have somebody else shake us down like that, holy crap!
Right. We can also find another quartermaster, and above table. I don't know if Matt's gonna do it, but since he brought out the bounties, but some officers have special boons that can give your ship different things. Maybe depending. I'm not sure if he's doing that or not, but
Right.
it's possible.
Gotcha. Because I know we have 4 full ranks in helmsman, so I wasn't looking at that one. I was thinking quartermaster next to get 1 extra since we have the extra navigator.
Mhm.
So will give us an NPC that is becoming the your sub quartermaster.
Do you want an addict or non-addict?
One of yours, because that's who would likely be spending more time with you than anybody.
Will going to his name generator over there.
Indeed. All right, easy choice for you. A quartermaster who is highly effective at inventorying everything because he's half blind. It's Kiros the Blind.
Kiros, nice.
Spell that.
Kiross the Blind.
Kiross.
Yeah,
Is he actually blind?
he's half
Part
blind.
blind. Part
He
blind.
doesn't see well. Not Uncle Touchy well, but getting there.
That motherfucker can smell you from a mile away, though.
As quartermasters go, keeping track of things, it makes pretty good sense.
All right. So Kiros gets promoted to quartermaster 1 because that was spooky.
Mm-hmm.
And then so we have no grub left, correct?
Correct. We are dry.
And then grog we have 4? No.
I had
3 left.
8.
No, wait, because
losing-
we started with 12.
Right.
1 per leg minus the one that they took.
Right.
Matt, it was 5 legs that we did?
Yeah.
But
So-
the last leg we did your rank, so
Yeah. So
it would have been taken
It was
4. So
5, 6. So we
6.
need 6 grog. And then 2 gear. That's the last one,
no
right?
gear. We didn't use any gear.
No, yeah, but they took some of our gear.
Oh, they did take gear. You're right. My bad.
No, you're good. So, and then it's 5 per unit of those. So math that and that. Okay, so we've got Seaweed showing us to the Lonely Barrel. Did she point out to Robin which one was specifically the? Oh yeah, let me refresh the map. Because last time you did it, and I was like, "What are you talking about? I don't see it. I hadn't refreshed." Okay, so it's this.
This one of like the central cluster.
So it's the middle one between those three bigger ones.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Cool. Shin, I think maybe you hold off a day before you start looking, and maybe we scout out some of the rougher bars.
Yeah, no problem.
Just because I feel like there might be some more experienced hands there.
Yeah, of course. And you know, not to say that your words aren't made of gold, but maybe you could let me do the talking to convince them to come on.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, what else is a first mate good for besides, you know, doing everything that you're not good at, I guess.
You know, you could have just left it at the first punch. I don't appreciate all this this extra nonsense. Who heals your wounds, huh?
And I would never offer to heal anybody's wounds because I know what I'm good at.
Seaweed, if you don't mind, could you give me a rough introduction to the trading practices here? What's legal, what's not legal, where the market is roughly, and how amenable people are to uncommon items?
Yeah. Not much is illegal to sell. This is no. We as far as markets, it really depends on the person. People are into different things. I'd say this is mostly a hub of liquor. We do have some enterprising people who sell rare items, those of magic that come into port. Mostly that are a bit too hot to go into legal ports.
So maybe some deep discounts.
Anything here, there are several people. For instance, if you are looking to offload your illegal drugs from other areas, that would be Kokanis's shop.
Most excellent. Yes, I mean that seems reasonable. Thieves guilds, I imagine there's somebody pickpocketing at all times, there's someone shaking down at all times, there's some protection racket at all times, the usual.
Yes, there's mostly it's a free of your own. If you get caught, you'll get killed by the crews.
So
The
it's the
come in.
be extra careful method of law enforcement.
Yes. Well, and she actually takes out a piece of wood, and you see there's 2 marks on it. And she says, well, for us, we have 18 marks before we're considered too incompetent to live. And so we steal, we thieve, we do various things. If we get caught, if someone just takes our driftwood and then you go about your business.
Seaweed, question: with Marquette being the closest continent to the archipelago, and you said that each island is run by its own gang that restocks based on ships that they take. It was my understanding Marquette mostly sent out their business via airship. So what ships are they actually taking?
Oh, there's Marquette has its own ships that come in and out that trade regularly. The airship is the most expensive form of trade. It's far cheaper to send things by regular ship. So things come from the Bay of Gifts up to Shorecombe in Isura.
Okay.
And then even as far as Amman and all over, still been.
And this is the first any of us are hearing of this like gang of 18 pirates, other than the one that we're actually going to look into west of Isora.
Right, well, because you're looking, because Westeros is like a whole pirate.
Yeah.
I am kind of more like Dark. This is
Yeah.
more just an area that's been taken over by pirates. They're not in league
Okay. So
or have these alliances like Dark-Two did. Right, Dark-Two was, we all have our own deers. We're all lords because we have boats. These are more like gangs over territories.
Got it.
It's a very different feel.
Gotcha,
They do not
gotcha.
have the respect or the camaraderie that Dark-Two had.
All right, cool. I just feel like if they were actually that big of a hassle, Marquette would have just sent people out to take them down.
Maybe.
So they must.
Yeah, I'd say a few things you can get from here in Glenshire is between in and around. There's the seas are very violent and stormy. The way you came in, it's not overly bad, like to Glenshire, which is why Glenshire is what it is. Within the archipelago itself, it is actually a mess to navigate, especially by air.
Oh, okay, got it.
So, whereas Darkto was seemingly protected by the seas, which made it so
the
nice,
reefs and
here it
IDOC
actually has to do
outside.
with the weather, is its major protection, especially from the air.
So it's a rat's nest, right? It's not worth the fight to come in here and clean it up.
Right.
Gotcha. I can't think of anything else offhand for seaweed. Did anybody else have something for her?
Did you say there was like a place of magic items, or was I just mishearing that?
Yeah, there's a place. Remember, I know your ghost scores are a little low, so you might want to. We'll say, let's see here, the price for, generally the price for an uncommon magic item is going to be about 900 gold.
Okay, fun.
So time to get some cash first.
Yeah.
At the ATM. Yep. Out of curiosity, Seaweed, would you be able to point me in the direction of this Coconut's shop by chance?
Sure. I can take you there. I'm yours for the day. Let's go. So start to give you the directions, and we can take our break. Alrighty. All right, so we are ready. Let's get going. All right. In that case, Seaweed is able to show you. You see a fairly actually well built and secured domicile and shop. Shop itself is open now, but does seem to have several locks that, even from first glance, seem to be puzzles and tricks. Very high security, as well with a paid guard outside who just nods as you approach, since it is currently business hours. And the container and a chair outside indicate that this might be guarded 24/7.
As Mirror Store approaches the building, and I assume the entire crew is in tow at this point, because we didn't say otherwise. Mirror Store kind of puffs up and puts on sort of his merchant look, like his "all right, time to do business" face, and oddly gets a little bit taller, a little bit straighter, a little bit more like not charismatic exactly, but like he's faking it.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Coming on in, you see a gnome man who has a shaved head and goatee. Looks to be in fairly good health and wears a simple tunic with no undershirt, as well as these like canvas pants. Currently sits measuring some things out, looks at you, finishes. Well, good day to you. How may I serve you this fine morning?
And good day to you. Pleasure's all mine. If it's not obvious, I am similarly an apothecary and a merchant from foreign lands. I'm very curious to know what you have on offer today, what is interesting in your collection, or at least curious to you. And I'm quite intrigued as to where we could help each other out.
Well, I do have a few interesting things that have come up across that I keep in store. If you're simply looking to sample or to peruse for yourself, you can make arrangements. Others, we could talk about a more fruitful supply. But I carry the very finest black sap all the way from Blight Shore. I carry the Blight Ichor, Kepper Dust, Ulori Roots, Skeen, Sutha Salts, Soot, and Zeal. Zeal is my specialty.
I'm curious. Do you specialize in the mind-altering substances, or do you have some other proclivities as well? Perhaps something a little bit less healthy.
I have many things that could affect your performance, your mind.
Would you happen to have perhaps any essence of ether, for example? It's well known, but for some very odd side effects.
I do not have any now. Did not have a supply. The trade issues have kept it not as great.
Any access to torpor at the moment?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Would you be interested in perhaps buying some mid-grade intoxicants that may or may not cause death?
Maybe. What would you be in the market for?
Any number of things, but my preference is for the more obscure things. For example, I'd love to know the rate of purple worm venom at the moment. I'd love to see like ether, things that cause hallucinations or complete paralysis, or possibly even like multi-day long loss of consciousness would be fantastic. I'm very much the psychonaut.
Well, the skein, it takes out this fine greenish or grayish blue dust. You eat it, your vision clouds over, and you see a dust. And then soon, colors of black and white and gray tones. As though one could see into the dark places beyond the veil.
What does this skein cost typically? And what are you selling it for?
It is illegal in most places, but not highly punishable. So I sell it for that's 1 silver an ounce.
1 silver per ounce. That seems like a deal. Let me go ahead and buy 5 ounces from you if you don't mind.
Of course. This essence of ether, I would be very interested in.
It's a little expensive, but I'm sure you have the cash on hand. Typically, essence of ether would be expensive is the wrong word. It's just different class of problem. Typically, it goes for 500 gold, and it could be directly inhaled, or it could be actually thrown at someone to cause an entirely different effect. It doesn't last very long. It's a very small radius, but it does effectively do the job of causing a massive level of disorientation, confusion, sickness. They are incapacitated for some number of hours. Therefore, the price 500 is a reasonable price for essence of ether these days.
Could get in trade, give you either a good amount of my black sap or a flight of my offerings, so to speak.
Tell me about your black sap, please.
It will knock you right on your butt. You can either smoke or inject it into your veins. Gives you, it's quite good. Puts you in a state where you may feel not so control yourself, but you also could not be controlled by others.
Meaning
even the charms of devils and dragons could not work on you.
Curious. When you say out of control, could you describe to me in some delicious detail what it is it feels like?
What I have briefly sampled, I would say almost as if your body is a machine that your spirit is piloting. So things happen to it, but cannot get to you.
Fascinating. And your rate for this black sap?
Well, like I said, I would give some of it in trade to you. It would be a sampling, or enough of it. Well, 500 gold worth. We call that about 24 ounces. It'd be 24 uses.
Interesting. Curiouser and curiouser. So, I'm intrigued, but I have many other stops along this coast to make. Any other standouts amongst your wares? Anything that really knocks your proverbial socks off?
Really depends.
I can't watch people building things.
Would say my blight ichor, also from the Blight Shore. There's a gentleman by the name of Tekel, very good businessman. Anyway, it opens your mind very wide. You think of things you never would have thought of before. It's good for the inventor, the studier, or the charter, just to make plans. It's mind opening in every sense of the word.
From Blightshore, it's quite a ways. What does it run per dose, roughly?
About the same as my black sap.
Okay. So we're on the order of, what's the math? 30 per dose, 35 per dose?
About, yes.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Can I may want to sit on this for a bit because I have multiple stops to make, as I mentioned, along the coast. And I have many trade routes to open, and yours is intriguing for many reasons.
That's true. If you are looking to take my product and sell it elsewhere, zeal is I use for combat enhancement.
Zeal?
Yes, strictly as it makes people a bit more violent. Not allowed in civilized society. I distill it directly from demon ichor.
Really?
As you can imagine, this is extremely hard to do, as it likes to go back to the house from which it came. So it must be done very quickly and at great expense. You can either drink it or apply it to your skin. And let's say it puts a lot of oomph behind your blows.
So roughly its cost?
It is 150 gold an ounce.
And an ounce is a dose?
Yeah.
And then if you describe its effects broadly to another professional, does it enhance speed or power or overall vigor?
Yeah. This is vigor. It specifically it makes your instinct to kill sharper. You tend to see the veins and the weak points of your enemy.
Fascinating. Again, very expensive to move, and if it's very illegal, a little tricky to figure out, but that's part of my job. So I'll check under advisement. That's fascinating. Anything I can do for you? Anything that happens to be floating through this port that you need access to at the moment? There are some superior poisons I could provide pretty cheaply.
You mentioned this purple worm poison.
Incredibly expensive, but very worth it.
Yes. That would do very well. I could give you many of this to sell anywhere you would like for some of that.
Problem I think is probably price. If it goes for 4 or 5,000 on the retail market, nobody can afford it. It's literally unaffordable. It's probably the best of the direct poisons on the market, and it's incredibly rare and incredibly expensive.
I can understand. And I do have something that can move, especially in the ports and Marquette. They particularly watch out for the Olore route.
The Allure route. What is this?
This is considered holy by the different druidic tribes, both in Marquette and elsewhere. The Ashari specifically is highly legal in Taldore.
But for you, it's a way to move product.
Many like it because it's a good allows you to spy on people, live a life of another for a brief moment. West and spiritual enlightenment, it's all the same, really.
Fascinating. You have been exceptionally helpful today. I very much appreciate that. And I'm very interested in keeping up ties and possibly doing more business in the future.
It's good to talk to you. Tell me if there's any transactions we can do together.
Let me sit on that thought for a day or maybe 2 at most, and then I'll be back to you.
Very good.
And I will politely excuse myself and back out and meet the rest of the crew outside. Well, now you've seen my other job.
What do you mean? We've
As
known
a
you
mer-
doing this.
As a merchant, as a apothecary, as a conveyor of various substances.
A drug dealer.
You realize I hired you for those reasons, right?
That seems impolite, Robin. Among the various things you could call me, that seems a bit pedestrian, really. you know the word
Illicit
pedestrian?
goods procurer and logistics coordinator.
Yes, among other things. Getting shit on boat person.
Did he have anything other than intoxicants in there, or was it just that?
His returns were not high enough. No, so his buy price was too low and his sell price was too high. We can't make money on that.
But did he have anything else in there?
He has lots of things. Do you want to experience a new state of consciousness?
Other than drugs.
No,
Have you seen-
mostly drugs.
Okay.
A little
thank
bit of poison, mostly drugs.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's the majority of it. Which, by the way, is typically very lucrative business and does really well internationally, especially in ports if you're not getting caught doing it. But he doesn't have sufficiently strong prices to be compelling yet. Previous ports of call have been more attractive. If we had enough cash on hand, like if I had 40,000 gold to push around, then let me tell you.
I don't know what ships you think are going to have that kind of gold for us to intercept. But anybody that would likely be allied, or if we did take them down, no longer willing to ally with Darktoe.
I'm just saying, Order and Valak could make an absolute killing if they could move that stuff fast enough. It would be an impressive feat.
So how do we make money?
Currently, we're scouting, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Exploring, as you said yourself, because we don't have an armada, as you said a few minutes ago.
Jonathan has also been trying to figure that out with the Fables rules. I was like, we kind of have to knock over a ship eventually, otherwise we don't get to pay any of our crew. Because the premise is no prey, no pay, and I say, okay, well, fuck, we're gonna have to actually knock
At
some
point, we're
ships
gonna have to
over.
recoup money that we're
Yeah.
purposely-
And to be clear, if you're looking to find a ship to attack, like you gotta let me know. You can go ship hunting.
Okay.
There's a
I mean,
process to do that. You don't have to just hope that Aiden fails
privateers.
on a navigation check.
Yeah.
Because like, because the thing is, like, how do you go ship hunting for ship hunters after they've ship hunted? Because that's realistically the people we want. We want to knock over a pirate ship that just knocked somebody over.
So
That way it's like, hey, look, we didn't know they robbed you. We were just, we saw they were bad dudes.
So you want to be a vampire? Is that what that is? Is this Blade? What
I
is
want
it?
to bully the bullies, damn it!
No, I want to be a hunter.
I see.
A geese goose, gotcha.
So yeah, because I was trying to figure out. What we're supposed to
It's
say.
industry night.
It's what?
The industry is pirating.
Oh.
Robin, you said you had some interest in magical items or something of the sort. I don't want to be the only person monopolizing the market.
Did you actually were you actually looking for magical items or just more trinkets?
I just wanted to see what anyone here has, because I mean, I just want to see what people have.
Be careful flashing around too much coin in this particular port. If you seem to have too much to lose, you will.
Kind of looks at his gold pouch. Yeah, all right. No harm in just looking.
Well, that's fine. Oh, seaweed. Can you possibly direct us in the general direction of someone who deals in the finer weapons in life or armor or similar?
I mean, the magic stuff, yeah. This is Mel's magic office.
Mel's magic
Mel's
office.
magic office.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive. Ring the bell.
And see young handsome human as you come on in. It goes, travelers! How can I help you?
Just perusing.
Peruse. Oh, excellent. I have 3 excellent items that I am showcasing right now. Let me showcase them to you.
I didn't realize places like this did door deals.
I look and I'm automatically in Glenn's mind. He hears, "What do you mean by places like this? You need to talk better."
What? Like magic shops? Like I didn't know magic shops did door deals.
You gotta be specific. That you just makes it seem like this is a backwater place. Like they.
Oh, I absolutely said that to you out loud, not in my head.
Friend, I'm going to ask a very strange question. Do you know a person named Takel?
Cow. I've not heard of this man.
Okay.
But I would love to meet him if he is with you.
He's never mind. It's a rumor. He's famous in my industry. Never mind.
Oh.
I don't. Do I feel like he actually does not know this person named Cal?
Takel.
Yeah, you can give a insight.
I don't have the best. Oh, it's actually not bad. 19.
19. You don't feel like he knows him.
Okay, cool.
And he goes, all right. So I have this fine piece as he takes out this very heavy, you see heavy armor plate mail here. And in the very center of the chest is a citrine with a beautiful rune inside of it.
Cool.
Goes, it's my first offering to you. Goes, yep.
What's it do?
Oh, of course. Silly me. I thought you were experts. I see you're not.
No.
You'd be able to find the fine things. First of all, this increases your health itself, makes you vim and vigor, so that the swords have more things to cut through than you would expect.
Okay.
Secondly, you see this beautiful rune right here. You simply pass over your hands, give it a little nudge, and you and your friends, or whoever you would like, benefit from healing in the most amazing ways, regaining every bit of magic that is stored within a spell or a potion. And death itself flees from you. Today, going for the fire door price of 20,000 gold.
It felt like it was going to be that much. Yeah.
It's got some kind of beacon of hope and other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I can't wear heavy armor.
Can even
Okay.
Glenn?
What
Glenn,
kind of
can
armor
you?
was it?
It's plate.
Wait,
I mean, I could wear it, but I don't have 20,000 gold.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Also, that makes you an anchor.
Yeah, that's why I cast water walk
Oh.
on myself every day that we're on the ship. Me and anybody else that wants it.
Oh. I see something that's more for the seafaring type. I have here. He takes out a musket, puts it on. You see, long range. One could use it for the rather inane fact of helping aim your cannons correctly, but when used as a weapon in itself has amazing potential. Also, from the same source as this armored beauty over here, as it is also has runic magic spelled within. You see, it is a triple-barreled bronze musket. Goes. It does not require ammunition, and therefore, unlike its other kind, you do not need to load it at whatsoever. It can light your way in almost any situation, and give this little baby a kiss right on the rune here. And, well, let's just say your enemies could be fried quite easily.
I was when he says like if he's showing it to us and displaying the room, I like go to give it a kiss.
He goes, nope. You could kill everyone in port. Let's be careful.
Oh, fun.
Oh, for about a minute long, you can have a beam about 5 feet wide and 60 foot long of pure energy. It can do quite a bit of damage to everyone.
And how do you price this thing?
Oh, it is the same price. About
20,000
20,000 gold. Oh,
Oh.
yes.
Seems
For
cheap.
you. For you.
Okay. Do you have anything? Can you divide that by
20.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Looking for a bargain price. I do have one more thing to show you from our wares today.
Matt, while he's like going around showing us stuff, does he have a
That will-
sales ledger on his desk? I want to see if he's sold anything in the last like week.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Perception.
Can I smell desperation on this man?
Do I smell my wife is going to kick me out if I
This
sell
car can fit so many.
17.
17. Looking, yeah, I would say you actually see he sold like 30,000 gold worth of an item.
Oh, is there a buyer's name on there?
No,
No.
there's something, but it seems coded.
Okay. I'm like,
So, but yeah, he does have these things. Let's see. He will say it is armor. He pulls it out and he pulls out this leather armor. He goes, but with it, allows you to move about quite quickly. You can jump anywhere you really need to go, and you could go straight up in the air. No one takes it today. I will probably start seeing. Actually, supposedly there's a merchant ship coming in, seeing if they're good if you wanted to sell to a window washer or that type of deal.
And this is leather armor?
Yeah, this is my armor of weightlessness.
So this goes for what? About 100 gold? 200?
This, well, for you today and today only, I'll give it to you for 400 gold.
400 gold. Huh. Tempting. Very tempting. Curious. Robin, interested?
I just gotta compare a couple things.
What you know is it has 5 charges. As a
Yeah.
bonus action, you can cast Jump or Levitate.
Just gotta find jump in here to see like the specifics of that because Robin already has a very impressive jump distance.
Yeah,
Let's just triple. Okay.
yeah. Jump, is
Jump
1
sadly
charge,
doesn't.
Levitate is 2.
Well, actually, I don't think we've ever asked this question. Does jump in your games extend your actual distance that you can travel, or do you still are limited to your speed?
With the spell, I allow it to exceed the speed.
Okay.
But it does use the speed.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, why? Come on.
Yeah, because then what's the point of
Yeah.
jumping? That's
Why?
Yeah. And it's 400?
400.
Stupid question because I'm curious about everything. You wouldn't maybe be able to transfer enchantment to another set, or is it just like you just have this and you're just moving it?
Unfortunately, that is not my skill set.
Don't bother. Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Excellent. It was always good to move the little items. There we go. Take the 400 gold and give you the armor. He's in D&D Beyond. Armor.
Got it. Cool. Unequip that. Cool. Well, I'll have that for now. Yeah. Awesome.
Pure curiosity. Any small objects in the shop that I could pilfer on the way out?
I mean, they're like knickknacks. You don't think any are magical though. There's like decorations.
Okay. Nothing particularly juicy.
No, because like when I say these three, he it looks like these might be the three things he's selling
Yeah.
right now.
And again,
It's
like,
like
you're
a
not gonna-
very
you're not gonna take a
exclusive
pile of
shop.
armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exit through the gift shop. Got it. Oh well. Well, that need satisfied, Mr. Robin. I feel like it's been a good day and all in all.
Solid.
So if we can find our way back to our point of rest, the tavern with no other major ship occupying it, that wouldn't be unreasonable.
Yeah.
Unless-
It's scratched.
Did you, I'm guessing we're out this building now talking.
Yeah.
Did you guys see? He sold a $30,000 item or gold item this week.
He's definitely moving higher end objects with very large price tags, but very few of them. That's
Feels
a
like
boutique operation.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. That means that people that can afford $30,000 gold items are on this island. That's
Or come through this way. I mean, it also sounds like they're because I'm assuming it doesn't look like he's the one who's making these. He could be he's coming into these, he's acquiring them and then selling them again. So maybe people here on this island or who stop on this island are finding them on other ships that they're taking or just in anywhere and are selling them for this guy to sell.
He could just be a high end fence. Absolutely.
We stepped out of the shop, right?
Yes.
we're all
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That armor sounded pretty spectacular, but
Oh yeah.
the only thing I could think of that would potentially be worth it would be that bottle that Astrika gave us, and I'm not going to go about trying to trade that without, talking to y'all first.
What? That the bottle of the trickster, right? That's what she said.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been studying it some. From what I can tell, it summons forth an Afridi.
A what now?
It's
Genie thing.
it's an
I know
elemental.
my plants, but this is something new.
No. This is primal, elemental, a fiery, not beast because they're intelligent. Just some living fire. That's the best way to put it, Mirastia.
Yeah, like a fire person.
So the bottle, like he doesn't like being in there, and so there's
So
a chance that he
trapped and
comes out
angry.
and helps us, and then ends up being forced back into the bottle. There's a chance that he comes out and just tries to kill us all, and then there's a chance that he's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do you a solid, and he grants us, You've heard the old tales of jinns. They grant you 3 wishes and then disappear. The only issue is I don't know if it's the ones that throw that monkey's paw in there or not. So
what does the monkey paw symbolize in this case?
twist
Losing me.
your words potentially.
Okay.
like you'll wish that you'll never see your family again, and they take your eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Clever.
So I don't know. And again, it seemed y'all liked the chaos of the idea compared to just like a sword or a rock, which were the other options. So I was like, all right,
I mean, granting wishes. I mean that. I mean, shoot! If someone had the ability to have 3 wishes, that could get you a lot of stuff.
Or
A lot
misery.
of nothing.
Or it
Well,
gets his
dang.
attack. That's the issue. I don't
But you're
quite,
saying as a bargaining item, this Afridi bottle of yours would be quite valuable to someone
ours.
in exchange.
It's not
Oh,
mine alone.
my apologies. But for that armor, perhaps it's quite valuable.
It's possible.
Potentially.
Hmm.
Gambling
Yeah.
versus, something that's guaranteed.
But the
Does make a
gamble,
difference.
we can't know if it's actually a gamble or not, right? Until someone opens the bottle, you can't know if it's going to be good, bad, or indifferent.
That's
Yeah.
the issue.
So we just have to really, really hype up the potential of the 3 wishes.
Hmm.
I really wish I knew the odds of each thing happening, but I mean, any odds for you to get 3 wishes could be pretty good, right?
To be fair, the fates are inscrutable. That you cannot possibly know the probability of any given occurrence of thing happening. So you're effectively selling hope. Oh, and for that matter, so do I.
I was gonna say, isn't that what we all sell?
Isn't that what you called that one tobacco strain you sold me?
Yes. Also, I have better things now. If you're curious.
I heard you had something called Virginia. I don't know what that is though.
Sounds obscure. I'll go check my bags.
What'd you like to do?
Were we actually looking for some crew? Maybe a named officer and some like low crew, or
Well, Kiros, I'd probably set Kiros. Oh, well, we got to get the rooms first to see how many beds they actually have.
Yep.
Because I'm not leaving the ship unattended fully
oh yeah, not
here. So,
All right.
So
So,
I-
to be clear, it was 25 grub needed, 6 grog needed, 2 gear needed at 5 each. That's 165 gold. Is my math wrong?
here.
Was it 5 per unit?
you said 25 plus the 2 plus how much?
25 plus the 6 plus the 2. So before we
Yes,
take on a new
correct.
crew, we're losing 165 gold.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Then we can go hunting for crew.
So yeah, it's going back to the Lonely Barrel to see how many beds they have or bunks or however they do it.
Yeah. Going to Lonely Barrel, it is seeming to be a build, like it seems like they're constantly building. It looks like it's just sort of had a finished bar. It has one large barrel in which you can tell they would serve the same drink out of. You see that it has a few buckets of hardtack, just like ship rations, really nothing fancy. And currently, as it seems like they're still building up and to the side, there's simply one room and it has curtains in it that the chairs are around bunk beds, and then the chairs are pulled away, curtains are drawn, and then you can sleep.
Okay.
There are chests that have locks where one could keep your possessions during business hours.
So we have math. 41 people. So is like 20 bunks is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, they'd be able to have that here.
Okay. What's the price for a week?
For the week, they would do 5 gold.
Okay. Miras, you got that from the ship stuff
That was 5 gold per week per.
for
No,
the 20 bucks?
Yeah,
Just
just
5 for the week.
total. Yeah, this is not
Got it.
this is a pretty low.
Done.
Let I let Bruce and Kiros sort out. I want one of them on the ship at all times while we're docked here, and then so it's one of them off board, and then 19 others for the time being is how they'll do, whether they're rotating it every other day or every day. Some like people want the shore leave. They're going to set that up.
All right.
While I talk to the officers. So our buddy Thornak mentioned to me as part of our bonus pay, so to speak, that there was some ancient shield here that was used and was being searched. It was used in some battle back when this archipelago was just a city. And there's apparently some spectral folks searching around for it now, and I think it might be where those ghost winds are. How do y'all feel about stopping there to see if maybe we can't find that bad boy? Because if there's some all-potent shield, there's likely to be other treasures as well.
Yeah, that could be fun.
So for this archipelago to be once a city, it would have had to sink quite a lot. Only the highest hills in the city would still be above water, right?
Yeah, I don't claim to understand how a city becomes a grouping of islands, but
And maybe I'm just befuddled, but that doesn't bode. Let's try it. Yeah, sure.
I figure
I could try to do my thing, see if I could get like backstory on this place to make grim psychometry.
sure, I don't know how that works, but
I mean, I'm here.
I mean, your event is on check, so I would say you probably want to do that more examining something because that's sort of what you do, right?
Well, it's,
how do they travel from island to island? Like, do they full on take their whole ships to go from one island
For
to
the most
the other?
part, it looks like they take their first ships.
Okay, so
We may wish to inquire if there's some means by which we could not be attacked transiting between islands, because it seems like if there are, I forget how many, 20, 30, 80
18
clans,
gangs.
18 gangs, you might at least want to have some sense of protection as you transit between them, because if you have to go make nice every time, it's going to get really expensive.
Well, from what Seaweed said, it was, keep out of each other's way or get cut was their primary communications. So I don't know if getting protection from one group will extend to another, but we can certainly look into it. They seem like a fairly scattered group, all just fighting for territory amongst themselves.
So if we approach your ghost island from at least some path that doesn't pass through someone else's territory, it should be reasonable?
From what this map shows, that's not likely. But we may not need to actually interact with the ghost winds, because according to old Seaweed, they don't even stay on land. They've built some kind of offshore settlement, likely because they're afraid of them ghosts. So if we can potentially sneak our way past whichever those other 2 or 3 islands are, I can't quite tell. Let's see if it's on. No, it doesn't have its own map. It's not on the Marquette map.
It's probably worth a shot.
Because that might be our first real hint at some treasure potentially, without having to actually knock over any ships. Depending on what we find there.
You're not actually opposed to knocking over ships, correct?
If we can avoid it in regards to specific places that we would be better off making alliances with.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go attacking an Iman merchant ship
yeah.
when we could potentially have long-term dealings with them.
Right.
I don't see Jajal, letting us keep the hides on our back if we go ruining things like that. I heard once. Actually, no, we wouldn't have heard that. Never mind. He had that whip for a very short amount of time and didn't use it in public very often.
It's a sensible position.
Preferably, find some schmucks that just knocked over, somebody from Iman and then take their stuff from there. But, you can't exactly. I don't have capabilities of just looking into other ships' hulls to see what they're carrying, other than just seeing if they're riding low or not.
This was perhaps the advantage to the Iron Authority. We had a better sense of what we're dealing with.
What, that they'd kill us on the spot if we stepped out of line?
When they said, on the up and up, disrupt our society at your peril, that was a pretty clear sign given their society. But given a pocket of islands of all pirates, we're all pirates? It's harder to tell, perhaps.
The whole, do crime at your own risk. If you get caught, the crime you did against that crew is likely going to kill you bit and all that.
It's an elegant form of justice. It does work.
I don't know what else to do in Glintshore. Did anybody else have
Supplies. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's really just supplies. Do we want to go try to find that shield on Ghost Island?
I certainly do.
Why not?
I'm down.
It'd be fun.
To clown.
They might cheat. But we need our ship is the thing, so I want us to have at least the week of downtime, since we did 6 weeks or 5 legs.
Yeah.
That way, I don't want the crew mutinying.
The mutiny rolls.
Is there a sense of whether or not the crew is in relatively good state or not? Do they need something? Is there some... I'll put it this way. Should we buy an extra barrel of rum for this leg?
You can do an insight check.
All right. I'm the wrong person for that, but I'll roll it. Fucking A. 23. Nat 20.
Nice.
Impressive.
Just feeling out how the crew is feeling, possibly selling some drugs along the way.
Yeah, I would say, looking at it, or trying to decide with the crew, they're getting a bit nervous. I think you get they're kind of on the slaver island, and now they're at this place. Now they're here, pirate gangs. Now they're they knew what they're saying for. They're Darktoians, so it's not too crazy. But it is. I would say you get the idea that they are more nervous as the reality they've left, what they're familiar with, is really set in. and they know that soon, probably after the next port, they're going into uncharted waters, into uncharted routes, and they've had like quite awakening in these few charted routes.
Can we in some way mollify it?
Assuage them.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to come up with something to try to do that.
If only we had a bard. Hang on.
That's what I was hoping. The rock feast. It's like, hey, look, I know there's a rough port that we're starting this journey.
Yes,
So
yes.
here's
And
this rock feast.
We can still buy them off, but shit gets expensive.
Yeah.
Also, I would not want this crew hard drunk with other pirate crews around
Correct.
because shit will get weird.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe that's it. Maybe we just give them the R&R and then get out of here.
Yeah.
Could be the move.
So I guess it would be Shin finding us 5 new people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I spend some time,
Yeah.
finding regular crew and then maybe seeing, scoping out some lower named bounty people?
Sure.
Time to find mutineers.
I've actually never gotten to do this before. This is my first mate's job.
Yeah, you're a hooker now?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's my first time on the corner.
Amazing.
First time
Oh.
at a pilot gas station.
Oh my gosh.
Feather boa and all.
This is just...
All right, bounties.
You want some chips? You
You're
want some chips?
killing me. You're killing me. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so then so for the most part you have to go into a bar, but there are like some where you're not gonna get in too many fights here. But you can go and give me a straight up persuasion check to start.
Yeah, I'm decent at those. 13 plus 9. What the hell is that? 22.
Okay.
Magician.
Did you hear me? I'm sorry. I
Yes,
don't know.
22.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I could cut out.
All right. In that case, as far as you can get the regular crew you want with that, and you find in particular Jan Pinky Legrand and Largo Miracle Collins.
Ooh. What are they known for? What's on their wanted sheet?
Piracy.
So Jan here is specifically a cook. Sorry, is a helmsman 1 and with an additional 1 in quartermaster. With no boon.
Okay.
Your other here is as carpenter 2 and bosun 1.
Okay. And what was his name again?
That was
Largo Miracle Collins.
Yep.
Oh, miracle. Thank you. And guess I'll.
Yeah. So Largo, they are 1,000 gold on their bounty,
Mm-hmm.
and their boon is your ship can move an extra square this turn in ship combat or pursuit.
Ooh.
Once you use it, you can't use it until the officer has completed a long rest.
Okay.
Got a square to use.
Okay. I will go over and knowing some of the things I know that we just recruited a quartermaster, and we have a guy who literally just drives junk, and that's his dedicated life. Anyway, so I'm gonna actually go over to Largo first and talk to them.
Okay, yep. So you're heard your ship has a long trek before it. Looking for some of us who are a little bit more longer in the tooth to helmet, do you?
Seems like you have a good ear out. You definitely need those that are proactive and can tell their ass from their elbows. That's for sure.
Oh, been hanging on port trying to find a good ship. Wanted something a little bit away from all the archipelago business.
Well, we're going as far as we can. We're going near the edge of the charted maps, my man. And I don't know if you are a pioneer, but we're looking for people that have some grit about them and aren't afraid to make a name of themselves.
That I'm not afraid of at all. Well, you have my bounty. If you can afford me, I could come on.
I would love to actually have you on, and we do have a wonderful crew that they do treat each other all with respect. I'm going to have to ask you, though, do you think that it's worth maybe renegotiating to become one of the first people to see beyond the lands that have been put on paper? You could be one of the first. Plus, you would be definitely, your name will definitely go down in the history books. I'm sure of it. At least I plan to. And if you're with me, it's a sure thing.
Give me a persuasion check.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna need it. Oh! That's an 18 plus 9 for 27.
Well, I have heard of your ship. Your captain seems... Well, he's made his way all the way here. I do want to come on, so... Tell you what, I'll come on for 400 gold.
You know what? I would like to introduce you to the new member of the Twilight Devil. Largo.
Excellent.
And I'll currently take it for my gold, but if,
I'll take off ship's books right
just
now.
take it out of the ship's books.
I got
Yeah,
this.
that's fine. Yeah, we don't have to worry about the...
well, like going back and forth. Okay.
I hate that crap.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like, if you guys were, like, miles apart, we're in
Right.
like, different towns, like, where it might make sense. Where carrying gold would, it's like, oh, yeah, because we didn't want to get it thieved, or,
Yeah, for sure.
like, some of that would matter. But, I mean, when you're all in town and you're going back for your ship.
400 done.
Human man, elf, dwarf.
Human.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come back with this gentleman and the other 4 or 5 of the crew
Yeah.
that we did.
Yep.
Hey guys, I got some able-bodied folks, and they're all impressive, but this guy knows what he's talking about. And I point over to Largo.
Did we pay for Pinky Legrand or no?
Huh?
What was the bounty on Pinky Legrand?
Oh no, we didn't get Pinky. She was just
Cool.
an option
Cool.
to. Yeah,
Sure,
I didn't
was
talk
making
to her.
sure.
So who was it that we just hired? Sorry.
We hired Largo, and then like 4 regular crew members to make the full trip.
Largo the Beaver.
Largo what?
Largo Miracle Collins. He's a carpenter 2, bosun 1. And then he has a boon that allows us to take an extra space during combat or a chase. Once per long rest.
Sorry, once per long rest. What is it that he does?
1 extra space in combat or chase.
On the ship.
Just putting that in mid game so we have it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the other benefit to upgrading regular ship people to officer is when we have what's it called? Not collateral damage, the other thing.
Casualties.
Casualties. They're part of the list of rolled officers.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If your ship is operating without necessarily you, then then you can't become casualties and lose half your
Yeah.
max. Which, if you're also having battles, that's always good.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Robin's gonna walk around with I already forgot his name. The Miracle, we'll call him. And just start showing around the Twilight Devils and carpenter to carpenter. It's like, these are the spots to keep the closest eye on in case shit happens. And here's all of our supplies.
I just realized you're a Kender carpenter. You're just slightly adjacent from Chetney.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Thomas.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, he gets nice and acquainted.
What else?
Captain, I noticed you eyeballing that armor the other day. Just curious about why you spent so much time gawking at it. It seemed like an odd choice for a man who normally wants to be led on his feet at the prow of his ship.
You know, it just what was the gem in it again? Or the stone?
The citrine, I believe.
Citranium.
Citrine, yeah.
Citrine was my my mother's favorite stone, so it just kind of it was speaking to me. But again, it'd have to be a vote of you know the officers to trade chaos for something guaranteed. Because granted, having that fiery fellow come and fight for us, more likely than not, could be useful. Especially if we can summon him up on, you know, an enemy ship. set them ablaze. But I'm not gonna just this was a gift earned by all of us in our efforts against Astrika.
I feel like that was almost a free prize. We were actually fighting an ally in disguise, and honestly, it was a lot of fun. So, I don't see that as a bad trade necessarily. I mean,
That's assuming you and Shin can talk him into it, even though.
I think that's a possibility.
And like, think of the far upside. Like, even with a monkey's paw, we might still make out with hella gold.
Sure, but you can make risky bets or obvious bets, and there's this whole bird in the hand concept. Anyways, I've been on these seas trading terrible ideas for a long time. I would absolutely trade something like the Afridi bottle for top end armor if it was my disposal. But I won't speak with the rest of the crew. I'm just saying it seems like a loss.
Any of y'all use the armor I'm currently wearing? This stuff, old Master of Forges had made for me.
Armor makes me itchy.
I got this new stuff. I can jump kind of far now. What are you wearing out of pure just curiosity?
Lingerie.
It's just
Red lace. Green, sorry.
It's plate bikini armor. No, it's a adamantine plate.
Oh. Nope. I can't
Nope.
wear
I don't think actually that's not true. I think
Victor might.
either of our fighters I think could technically wear it. I just don't know if they have the strength requirement. 15 is that number.
Nope.
Well, either way, Robin, I was meaning to give you this after thinking about it. My beard's already you can't beat my beard, even with magic. And the vitality it grants, you make better use of in that bear form of yours, anyways. So, and I give you the belt of dwarven kind.
Okay. Cool.
Because you tanking a fireball was not even a fireball. It was like a meteor swarm's worth of fireball.
Oh yeah.
30 D10 fire.
Nice.
Having the because we're level 9. So I mean, granted, it only gives you 9 more HP, but that's effectively 18 in your resistances. So.
Oh yeah.
And then if I can heal that up for you, then.
Yeah. So that just brought me from 85 to 94. So. Hell yeah.
That seems more than equitable. Do you feel like the trade's not appropriate, Captain?
Look, I've lived a lot of years, and I've made do with what I could get a hold of. It feels weird trading a gift to the group to try and gain something for myself, but if it keeps y'all alive better, then there's no price on your head. Wait, do we have prices on our head? Do we have bounties?
I don't think.
Well, yeah, not from the regular government's right now.
Yeah, because right now we're good guys.
For now.
Neutral, yeah.
Yeah. We're not a problem. Is probably the best way to look at it.
Right.
We have the very specific countries that we're allied with through the treaty, and then the others are just
you do get so in the normal times because of destruction, these is in effect, but when everything is usually up and running, it is about a 50 gold bounty per head of people who would set ports here. Like you committed a crime by coming here, but that's not something that's really acting on because too many people have to come here right now.
Yeah.
So, given the trade,
how well can you and Shin sell it? I guess is the question.
Oh, Shin's fantastic. I'm adequate in my bargaining. I usually play with price mostly, but I can't quite price this bottle.
Shin, how good of a liar are you?
I'm a good one. Not as good as that fairy guy, but I can lie decently.
Fairy guy.
I think he's the captain of another ship. I met him once. He's nice.
I
But he
don't
really
recall
likes lying.
fairy.
It's actually my next character, the level 3.
Because if you can kind of sell the, what was his name, Miraster?
Mouse?
Yes.
Mouse?
Croconus.
Oh,
Mel's magic office. Yes.
Wait, so it wasn't Croconus. I have
No, that's
wrong-
the drug
I
dealer.
have the wrong person here.
By the way, he's kind of a petty. Never mind. Nothing expensive.
Wait, yeah, Mel's a different guy.
Yes.
so- wait,
Mel had the heavy plate citrine armor, the musket, and the nice
Yeah,
leather armor that
I-
picked up for Robin.
I want to know what that musket is. Master of Forges, I'm sure,
Let's
would love
not
to
get
see
greedy.
that. No, not for me. I'm just saying for the Master of Forges. Maybe we pick something up from here so that way Master Jajal can bring him over to take a gander.
We could also just provide the insight that he should come here sometime because he probably can.
yeah, he could.
Yeah,
But I'm thinking though. So you obviously want me to upsell this, and do you want me to upsell it like that? The possibility of getting a wish is really high.
3 wishes, even.
Oh, they get 3 wishes?
That's why I'm talking to you guys and not just doing it.
Okay.
There
Yes.
is that possibility, but again,
Yes.
there's also the possibility that it sets our ship aflame and we all burn down.
Yeah. I mean, I'm totally fine with investing in whether it's the boomstick or the armor.
No. Nobody here can even use the damn thing. It was really just, like I said, the Master of Forges made me the armor I'm wearing currently, and I thought he even his doesn't have a triple barrel.
Yeah, that's impressive. Surely, and it doesn't need bullets, which is.
I've heard tale that he forged it with help of the gods. Have you seen all the different the vines of Melora are all over that thing? I've seen the feathers of the Raven Queen. I think Ioun's on there too.
That's a story I've yet to hear, but surely one I would love to.
I met a dude on Wildmount who had a gun that looked pretty impressive, but he also had one arm, which is weird.
Well, so then I guess I could try to upsell this thing. You want me to sell it for trade so we can trade and get that armor
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah, as long as y'all are okay with it, or if you want to gamble on the wishes, then we can gamble.
No, I'm totally cool. I mean, I think that armor could be especially helpful in a fight if we are in a bad position. Maximum magic into the healing. That sounds very useful.
Correct me.
Sounds like we're more or less committed to this negotiation position. Shen, are you confident you can deliver the message?
Oh yeah, I could definitely convince him that this is way more worth maybe even more than the armor he's given me. I mean, come on, 3 wishes? Shoot, that's the stuff you dream about.
But is it a guaranteed we open the bottle and we get 3 wishes, or is it like
No, it's a
No,
possibility.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's probably about the same rate in which the damn thing just attacks us.
fun?
Yeah.
We don't.
I would say if you would like to, the negotiation. This is a very shrewd seller. He will not be swayed,
Oh, okay.
but he will trade the bottle for the armor
Oh,
because they're both the same already to him, and so they're equal value. And now and plus he thinks he'd be like, I might be able to sell it, like because he sells to unshrewd people. He could probably 80,000 gold that
Oh
bottle.
yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
out of his end, he is getting a really good deal.
Oh yeah.
From-
My entire business portfolio, right?
Yeah.
Low, so high. That's it.
yeah. What was that he sold for 30,000? I wonder now. It was like that leather armor that you got.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
The
Okay,
studded
so
leather version.
yeah, I guess then we won't have to
Okay.
go with the rolls and stuff. We'll just exchange.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. Yeah.
I really want someone to come to Glen Shore in another campaign and buy the bottle.
Ron's gonna
Oh,
make
that's
the way
That'd be
over.
wild.
80,000 gold bottle. That's we gotta get that.
Some people will, bargain. I'm sure y'all got some bargainers and other. He's shrewd, but how about you just blow his clothes off? Everyone's a little bit less shrewd in the nude, That's what I heard, at least.
Are you a Rakshasa by chance? What is it?
Maybe.
Awesome by chance.
I don't know, but I know some people that might be. I'm always suspect of everyone. I think everyone's a Rakshasa.
Matt, what's the closest DMG ship to the frigate? Just because I'm trying to add that to a container because I can't wear both plate armors, so I would leave the adamantine on the ship. Any idea, or should I just put a galley?
Probably galley.
Okay.
And you have the armor there. Good to go.
Sweet. Right.
All right. Oh, weird. It doesn't auto do the HP. Huh. Is that something I can code? All right, so we did that. So it would literally just be, I mean, I don't know about the rest of you guys. Seaweed. Is there anything interesting for us to do here?
I might tell you next week because it's the end of our time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, that'll be it for today. We've got the armor, and we may see that and go delving deeper into the islands as well, finding what's going on with the ghosties. Everyone watching, thank you so much, and we will see you next week.